Good afternoon, brothers. I want to thank you for joining me and being a panelist on this panel and participating in this discussion. We have Wish for Master Gilbert Munoz. We have Wish for Master Tony Johnson, and then we have Wish for Master Terrell Ellis. Now, the benefit of this panel discussion, if you will, is to inform the uninformed and provide understanding of the benefits of a Masonic lifestyle. So we have several questions we're going to handle. You guys can just raise your hands, chime in, and please express your thoughts and so forth so that whoever will see this can benefit. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. We'll start with I guess, Wish for Master Munoz. What drew you to Freemasonry?
Being quite honest, my family has never been in Masonry, so I'm the first one in my family. But when I was working in warehousing, I did know a brother that was in Masonry. This was back in 2004.
Okay.
So I'm a big history buff. I love to look back at history and read what the past has happened. I believe that the past always comes back and repeats itself. So I read about it, and I've read about Masonry being big in America, what it's done, what are some of the routes that Masonry has guided America in. So one night I was just talking about it at work, and he came by and he was just hearing me. So he asked me, if I was Mason, and I told him no, I'm not. So he asked me, well, what do you know? It's like, all I know is what history has taught us and what's in the history books, and who might or might not have been a Mason. He goes, well, if you want to know more, talk to me about it. So I did, and I ended up, me and him became really good friends. So we ended up. I asked him, like, how do I become one? And as soon as I asked him, he said, okay, here's this address. Come talk to me there. So I did, and I started my journey, my travels into it. This was back in 2004, so I've been traveling for a little bit. Got out, came back, and rejoined with Abraham Grand Lodge. I originally started with Abraham Grand Lodge, so I came back to it. Once I came back, it's been nonstop, just learning and going through the process. Pretty much, I've made it my life.
Okay.
It's helped me a lot in a lot of different ways.
Excellent. Brother Johnson, what drew you to the Masonic Order?
Well, I was actually looking for somewhere I could be where I could grow, just I guess just grow as a person overall. And as luck would have it, me and my cousin were talking, and we ended up coming up to the ranch. And I think that was the day that we saw you and Brother Jeffrey out there at the property over off 16 and Cullen. And at the time, I was going to school, and I was thinking about trying to play at Jamaica. And I remember I saw the briefcase, and I was like, okay, well, my grandfather was a Mason, so I'm like, let me go over here and let's go see what they got going on.
Okay.
We went over and we started talking to y'all, and he told me, hey, if you're serious about this, or if this is something that you're really interested in, and come on down and come check us out. And ever since then, been locked in and growing, and just trying to see where everything is.
We're going to talk about the growing a little bit. I don't remember you telling me your grandfather was a Mason. Okay. Yeah. Brother Ellis, what about yourself?
What brought me? Actually, I wanted something different in life. I got tired of doing the same thing. Felt like I was stuck in life. and I ran across the brother named Foster. He invited me to a ball, and I seen a whole bunch of brothers that was doing good in life, and I wanted to see what they was doing. I wanted a part of it, and I never looked back.
Well, what do you guys think? What do you brothers say and feel that being a Mason requires of you? What does it require to be a Mason?
Loyalty.
Go ahead,
Loyal-
Brother Ellis.
Loyalty, love, honesty.
Okay.
A man.
All right. Brother Johnson, you were going to say something?
Yeah, I was gonna say it definitely takes time.
Okay.
That's the biggest thing. Because just like in your personal life and anything that you want to take, you know, you got to put in the time and you got to put in that work to make it mean something, you know. And the only way you're gonna get something out of it is what you put into it, because it's not just gonna be something that just you know happens. You need to be able to put that work in order to get that growth out.
Okay. Okay. Brother Munoz?
Well, I'm gonna have to agree with both my brothers here. Um, Masonry does require a lot of your time, not just when you're being active in masonry, but you also bring masonry into your life. So it's going to consume your time. It's always in your head. You know, am I being, like Brother Ellis said, am I being loyal to what I'm supposed to be being loyal to? And do I love what I'm supposed to be loving? Am I being honest with not just my brothers, but am I being honest with just anybody and everybody that I come across? Um, and like you said, am I being a man? Am I being a man or being upright with all my actions? Am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing? You know, or am I just practicing these things when I'm around other Masons? You know, how do you bring it in and it consumes your time for all of that. Um, so it requires a lot of that. It requires a lot of your time for it.
Okay, now you guys are telling me and telling us what it requires and what it takes and how much time and study and so forth. Hold up a minute. I need something. What am I going to get from? What is a young man watching you or joining your lodge is going to get in response? Everything costs something. Now, if you want my time or their time and work and energies and so forth, what do they get in return? So how have masonry impacted your life? What benefits have you realized?
I mean, you get brothers, you get a family, you get guidance. Well, at least you should get guidance.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. So in masonry, the one thing that I got was a group of guys that we're all working towards trying to make each other better. We're not just hanging out and, you know, just talking about, you know, whatever we did or what happened in the past, but we're also trying to, you know, see where our future is going. So we're strengthening each other, and we're not afraid to tell each other, hey, you know what, this might not be the correct thing for you to do. So let's straighten this up. You know, we're not afraid to call each other out.
Okay.
It's become a very big part of my life to have these type of men in my life. It's a strong bond that we have. It becomes a family. You know, before you do anything, you learn that. Let me call this brother. He may know a little bit more about what I'm trying to do, so he can give me some advice. You know, that you get people that you can interact with, that you can, you know, run ideas by. And so it hasn't just, now my life is not just going in one direction that I want it to go, but if I wanted to go in that direction, I can reach out to other people and say, hey, how do I get there? Show me how you did this, you know?
Okay.
So we all strengthen one another.
So you have resources.
Yeah, there's other resources out there for us. And if they don't know, they reach out to somebody else and they'll get you the answer. Also, the way it's impacted me personally, I believe in karma. So the whole idea of now that I'm more upright and doing things not just for myself but to help other people has also changed my life, because now I see that coming back towards me. And if I see something that, I couldn't get this done on my own, I'm getting somebody else help without even having to ask, or if they just see it, hey, you know what, he needs help. Let me go help him. So there's always somebody there. There's a big net.
Okay. Okay. Brother Johnson, how has the Masonic Order impacted your life? This is I can't wait to hear this one.
Definitely. I second what my brother say, but at the same time, it's also you get the personal growth and that knowledge that you can't get comfortable and just settle with what you're currently at. I know for me personally, when I came in, I was making $10 an hour, and I wasn't really happy with where I was in life, and I felt like it was something more out there for me to go get. And when I started studying more and started applying the principles and the precepts and everything that we learned throughout our study sessions and everything, and started applying it more towards life, I started to see growth. I started to see things around me start to change. I got a chance to actually see the impact on what I do and how it affects things around me.
Okay.
And ever since then, my growth has been, going from making, what I felt was subpar to, almost making $100,000 a year now over the course of, a few years. So for me, it was more so just taking what I learned and trying to apply it more towards my life, and seeing how it affects the things that happen around me to see my own personal growth.
Okay. Well, let's put out a disclaimer there. You went from that measly hourly wage to making some real good money, but you worked in between the measly money and worked to get to the good money, right? You worked. Let's say that, because I've had men call me and talk about they want to become a Mason because they want to be rich,
Yeah, I had somebody tell me that before.
And especially in other countries, they are telling me that Masons are telling them, come join the Masons, and you're gonna receive money just for joining. Okay, now this is over in Africa somewhere. I don't know, but I'm going, no, just as God worked, Masons work.
Mm-hmm.
And the Bible said man will work all the days of his life. So hey, that's the way it is. I just want to point out you did work, right? You worked.
Don't get it misconstrued now. You got to put in work.
Okay, gotcha. There you go. I want that disclaimer there.
Just like with everything in life, you got to put in work, because ain't nothing just going to fall into your lap. If you don't put the work in and you don't put the time in, you're not going to get nothing out of it.
Outstanding. And that is something we tell men coming in. You get out of it exactly what you put into it. In fact, we used to tell men that we want your time, your money, your work, your mind, and we make no promises to you for anything. We don't promise you nothing.
Yes, sir.
That sounds like a one-sided deal, but I wanted you guys to participate in this panel discussion because obviously you all have benefited from that arrangement. So here's a key question, and this is something that's near and dear to me, because I believe we should operate and associate with kindred spirits. So I'm asking you, the last question is, what should a man look for in a lodge? If he's looking to join, what should be his considerations?
So the one thing that I tell men that are coming in is, they're not looking at the quantity of brothers that are in that lodge, but you're looking more at the quality, because you can have a lot of people in there, you can have a lot of men, but if they're not being upright and practicing what's being taught, then it's really, you're just throwing caution to the wind and not really doing anything. You just got a bunch of men that are hanging out.
Okay.
But if you look at the quality, excuse me, of that man that's right next to you and what he's willing to go through to not just teach you, but to also learn from you, then it shows a lot more. My biggest thing is the quality of the person that's there and the quality of the person that's coming into the lodge.
Okay. Brother Johnson, Brother Ellis.
Yeah, I was gonna say that if it's something that you're looking for, and it's something that you really want to pursue, make sure it's somewhere that you feel comfortable that you can grow. Because every lodge is different. You're always gonna come across different brothers that have different outlooks and different views on certain things. But just make sure it's somewhere that you feel like you're gonna be able to grow and be able to take yourself to the next step.
Okay.
Because you want to make sure that where you are and where you're gonna be at, that's where you want to stay, because that's where you're gonna call home.
Outstanding. Brother Ellis.
First of all, I think you should look for growth. You should be hoping for knowledge, guidance on your life. Somebody who's going to try to lead you the right way and ain't going to scared to tell you when you're wrong. Just if you role models is really it depends on what you're looking for. I went in looking for growth, role models, guidance, something that I seen other people with that I didn't have, just help with life.
Okay.
To better myself.
Okay. Sounds good, fellas. I do appreciate you giving me this time. I think it was a good conversation, and I am going to send you a copy of this for your use and whatever else. It will be placed on Mount Tabor Grand Lodge YouTube channel. And with that in mind, let's go in reverse. Brother Ellis, any last words?
No, sir.
No, sir. Okay. Brother Johnson, any summation? You have anything you want to leave the men with?
Yeah, for any
watch this?
Yeah, any brothers that's really seeking to come in, just make sure it's something that you're gonna be deadly serious about. Take it with all seriousness. Don't do it just to say, oh, I want to be able to walk around and say I'm a Mason or anything like that. If you're gonna come in with a clear mind and an understanding that whatever it is you're gonna do, you're gonna have to put in time, you're gonna have to put in work, and you're gonna have to stay, and you're gonna have to try to grow. That's right. You are gonna have to grow.
Very good. Wish for Master Munoz.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with Brother Johnson there. If you're looking to come into Masonry, Masonry isn't just a one stop and you're done. It requires a lot from you to make sure that you're there, you're growing, and you're moving in the direction that you want to move into. It's not just, hey, let me go one meeting and I'm done. I can call myself a Mason. It's not that. You're going to put in the work.
Fantastic. Well, fellas, again, I appreciate you chiming in on this panel discussion, and hopefully you guys be safe during this time or this season and this year. And we pray for peace, power, and growth in your lives. So I'm going to bid you goodbye and thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
See you,
Okay.
brother.
Don't hang up.